Hey, and welcome to Cootser EDU. I'm Faith, a middle school science teacher turned education technology instructor. I'm here to help educators like you feel more confident using technology tools, designing lessons that'll save you time while making sure your students excel in their learning. Today we're going to focus on how to cut down on constant student questions. You know, the ones you've answered 50 times already this week. Miss, what are we doing today? Where can I turn this in? Wait, what do I do after I finish? I used to hear this on repeat all day long, until I created a system that trains my students to get what they need without needing me every 2 seconds. I'm going to walk you through the system I use so that your class runs smoother and your students become more independent. So let's jump in. Begin by establishing a weekly agenda slide in your Google Classroom or whatever LMS you use. I use the same format every week posted in my Google Classroom, and it's on the screen when the students walk in. Has a different slide for each day, and the slides should include the objectives that they're trying to reach for the day, what they'll be doing for a warm-up, their main task for the day, and what they can work on when they're done. Students learn this rhythm and they start working before I even say a word. Just come in and get to work, which is especially helpful if I have another teacher that I need to talk to. I'm also a fan of using classroomscreen.com. This is a free program. You can pay for the more advanced version, but on the free version, you can do all the things that I have here. And you can just leave this set up on your board all day so that you have the agenda up for your students, time, date. If you upload your classroom rosters, you can do a randomizer to pick random students. My favorite aspect of this is the noise level. This listens through the microphone in your computer to the noise level in the room, and it'll ding when it gets too loud. So rather than you having to constantly shush your students when they're doing independent work, this will kind of do it for you. Also, it allows you to generate QR codes. This one links to a choice board that I'm going to go over of what students can do when they're done. This is really helpful if you're in high school and they have cell phones that they can scan, or if you're in a school that allows phones. Since I'm in middle and we don't allow phones, this is also an option on Chromebooks. They can kind of turn their Chromebook around and scan that QR code with their cameras. I also find it very important to use the materials section of my learning management system strategically. This isn't an assignment, but it just gives them things that they can check on. I have this one set up in all of my Google Classrooms, this section labeled Need Help, Start Here, and it includes a frequently asked questions document that allows students to check here for whatever they might be wondering before they come talk to me. So, what are we doing today? Check the daily agenda slides. I can't find the assignments. Here's where it should be in Google Classroom. My computer's frozen, just some general troubleshooting tips, and then at the end it reminds them, talk to a couple other people around you before you go and talk to your teacher. You could also put anchor charts into your need help section, whatever you're working on that day, or a where do I find kind of checklist thing. Help students troubleshoot before they have to come to me for help. Another question I get really commonly is, what do I do when I'm done? And my students always know I'm going to tell them, check if you have any missing work. But often they come back up to me and they either say they don't have any missing work or they already finished it. What do I do now? I'm a big fan of choice boards, and you can customize yours however works best for your content with links to things that you're okay with them being on rather than just getting on games. They can just log on to this and work on this after they're done. They do just kind of low prep activities, and it often reinforces skills that they're already working on. If your school uses a system like iExcel or No Red Ink that you could also tell students like you just need to continue working on that software, that would be a good thing to stick on here. And this reduces those I'm done, now what questions. All right, most important part of this, honestly, is the front-loading training. Teach tech norms like they're procedures in your classroom. Treat it like how you would teach lining up or sharpening your pencil. Practice how to find assignments in your Google Classroom, where to check for feedback. That's an important one. A lot of my students don't know how to check their grades. When to use headphones. My choice board options have a lot of loud games. So if I haven't taught them that they need to grab headphones before they get on the science choice board, we're going to have random game noises playing and it gets very distracting for everyone. And then how to ask for help when you do need it. If you've gone through everything, you've asked your friends, you've checked the FAQ board, and you still need help, they should know that they can trust to come to their teacher and ask for whatever they may need. A few consistent systems like this can really help to reduce your classroom chaos and boost your student independence. The goal is student ownership, and that is possible in middle school with a few key strategies. If you want to get your own frequently asked questions template to try this in your class, grab it for free at the link below when you join my newsletter. And if you were interested in either the choice board or the weekly agenda, both can be found on my Teachers Pay Teachers store, Cootser.edu. If this helped you, like and subscribe. It lets me know you want more ed tech tips like this.